All right, and welcome to round number 4. Our hand is pretty good. Obviously, we're missing some stuff, but we're pretty happy to keep this on the play. Have Grove and Relic, so if it's a Shadow matchup, we're pretty excited. On top of that, we have Explorer to kind of ramp in a fair way, Stirrings to maybe find ourselves an Amulet, all that good stuff. So I'm going to start on Stirrings. Mine Fountain. Blind, I think I take Fountain over the Mine in case there's something like Burn or any other aggressive deck. Affinity, perhaps? Yeah, so I'm glad we have this Fountain. That could help us. Obviously, the Relic not doing anything really here. So we're going to go for Radiant Fountain, start bouncing that as much as possible. Explore, our opponent gets another life here. Found an additional Relic. So I obviously can play Relic untapped. I'd rather get this bounce line into play and keep returning this Radiant Fountain again to maximize the number of times we're playing that. Since we're going to be a little slow here, hopefully we can find like another Explorer or Azusa or anything like that this turn to put us into Titan next turn. Even the Snake. All right, Azusa, perfect. So 1, 2, 3. An opponent kind of slow as well. Let's see here. I guess got to be a little careful about how I sequence this if they have Gal Blasts. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3. Basically not giving them priority until after we've played all of our lands. Relic, and we'll just pop this Relic now. Alright, guess we'll use the Gemstone Mine for a Relic. Maybe not relevant, but we have a reasonable amount of mana already. 2, 4, 6. Does get Gal Blasted, so I'm glad we did not play the Radiant Fountain first, of course. Opponent, of course, has an Ink Moth, so they can get in for at least 3 poison here. Hopefully no like plating or Ravager here. If no plating or Ravager, though. Master of Ethereum, okay. Let's just use this now and go ahead and F6. So we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here, but not too much. I think we're pretty safe. We have saved no amulets, so I don't get to like haste a Titan here. And we're still at a very high life total due to this Radiant Fountain and our opponent's slightly slow draw. So we'll go ahead and cast Primeval Titan and see the best ways we can stall. So one of the big ways we lose this game is via poison. So I probably want to heavily consider grabbing this Ghost Quarter and a bounce land, returning the Ghost Quarter to my hand and playing it for turn. But I also want to be setting up to actually win the game next turn, which is actually going to be real tough. This Master of Ethereum is obviously humongous and getting larger. It's already bigger than my Titan once they either play an artifact or activate their Overseer or activate their Ink Moth, so that's not great for me. In fact, I might just not be afforded the luxury of going for Ghost Quarter right now. I might have to set up to try and Titan again next turn. If I grab Growth Chamber to layer. The problem is I can't Titan again next turn and haste it. And we don't have any of our artifact destruction, of course, pre-board. But if I grab like Growth Chamber West, play Growth Chamber, bounce Gemstone Mine, then I'll have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana for next turn, which is enough to play a Titan and then Ghost Quarter their Ink Moth. I think that's my best bet, unfortunately. Growth Chamber, West. Definitely bounce my West. Definitely play this. Some question about whether or not I bounce the Radiant Fountain or the Gemstone Mine here. This Gemstone Mine could actually be very relevant, but I think we'll let it go for now. It's my only source of white mana currently, but we can obviously alleviate that pretty easily. All right, 7/7 now for the Master. Temporarily an 8/8 and going to be a 9/9 shortly. Not throwing away my Titan for it. So now we're down to 7, but we drew an Amulet. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so now I can go a little crazy, but I don't get to play the Radiant Fountain. I have to play the Gruul Turf, otherwise I can't afford to play the Amulet and Transmute. The only way I can haste involves the Vesuva. I have to grab Vesuva, Boros Garrison, and then I could double strike one of them, so that would be 16/24. My opponent gets to block 4 of it though, so they actually don't die. And then I die to infect. Jeez, what an interesting game. So how do we get around that? Let's take a look at our deck list here. So as I said, my initial thought was we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I can go down to 8. I guess I don't have to play this for turn to do it then, because we have 9 mana without. So I could actually play this Radiant Fountain as well if I had to. 16, 24. Is there a way I can also Engineered Explosives? I don't think so, right? Because I'm using all my mana to Sunhome. We can generate 1 extra mana in the middle by playing Gruul Turf instead of Radiant Fountain after playing this. So that puts me up to 10 mana. Play this, puts me up to 10. 3 down to 7. Summoner's Pact. I mean, I could also just Explosives instead of Titaning, or I could Explosives instead of hasting the Titan. I can get Titan, maybe Bounce Land, Ghost Quarter, hit the Ink Moth, Explosives the Ornithopters, and then they just have Master Overseer. Their Opal would also die. That's probably my best bet. So let's count that out. So again, I have 9. This puts me down to 8. This puts me down to 5. Now I need to play a land or I can't Titan. So let's say I play this, Titan, grab Boros Garrison, Slayer Stronghold, haste one of them. Boros Garrison, Vesuva to copy the Slayer Stronghold. Haste one of them, off of that one, grab. I can't Ghost Quarter because I've played a land. Okay, so that's the problem. I don't get an extra land play. So then they'll get to be left with their Ink Moth Nexus, which will kill me. So I have to just not haste a Titan, basically. I have to just not haste a Titan. And not Amulet. Oh wait, but they untap, sorry. So I was saying I needed to play the Ghost Quarter, but if I'm playing the Amulet, I don't need to do that. So we have 9, play this, play this. Okay, all right, we're totally fine then. Yeah, my mistake. I was forgetting that we were going to be playing the Amulet as well. So we play Radiant Fountain, gain the 2 life, play Amulet off of the Radiant Fountain, transmute this, Summoner's Pact, Titan, Boros Garrison, Vesuva, copy Slayer Stronghold, haste our Titan, attack, grab Ghost Quarter, but then I don't get to kill these. Yes, I do. Grab Ghost Quarter. No, because I don't transmute. Man, this is tough. I can attack with both Titans. So with the one Titan, I transmute a Taliaferro West. Can't do that. Oh, I have a Taliaferro in my hand, so I can do that. I just have to bounce something else. So the one Titan I bounce, transmute a Taliaferro West for an Engineered Explosives. With the other Titan, I have bounce land for holding up to pop the Engineered Explosives and a Ghost Quarter. Okay, we got it all. Jeez, what a tough turn. I think that's the right way to do it. I have to plan it all out ahead of time, or we're pretty likely to screw something up in the middle. But against Affinity, we actually get the time to do that. Oh, wait, I counted the Taliaferro twice. So I might actually be a mana short. Can't tap it. Oh, I can't tap it that way because I'm casting a Titan already. 2, 3. I counted the Taliaferro being in my hand twice. That's tough. Let's see here. I think I still should be able to do it. Five, 6. So Vesuva, Garrison. Vesuva copying this. Untap these both. Vesuva here. Bounce my Vesuva. Attack with both of these. And this is where it gets tighter than I had hoped. Because I need to get a Taliaferro West and bounce it, and I can't. So off one of them, I get Taliaferro West, bounce land. The other, I get bounce land, Ghost Quarter. And I have to float the mana, and the attacks is the problem. So well, I don't have another choice here. I'll have 4 mana. Ghost Quarter, I can't count that. I can't count. So I'm 1 mana short. I'm 1 mana short of doing it all. Shoot. Is there anything else I can do to solve this? If only I didn't have to bounce the Taliaferro West in my upkeep. 7. I mean, I guess we're not dying to these, so I just don't get to explosives for 0. So I guess instead I get Colony Garden, Growth Chamber. Yeah. It's unfortunate that I don't get to explosives, but I guess it's not the end of the world. I said 7, but it's 8. 5, 8. Yeah, 8 in the air. I guess we'll pop this now. Like I said, could have double struck. The reason I'm popping that now is because I'm just going to use the mana. Because I'm going to bounce this, rather, is what I mean to say. I think that's better than Fountain. All right. Ghost Quarter. Now it doesn't matter what I get for the other land. I guess I get a Taliaferro West for later. Yeah, I guess I get a Taliaferro West for later. Which means I should have just done this the other way. But whatever. Like, I should have this in play and this in my hand. But, Alas, we do not. So I have 2 blockers for the ground pounders. I have Ghost Quarter for the land. I'm just going to play another blocker here. And then we have 2 Titans. So as long as they don't draw like Galblast. I mean, I guess I need them to miss on a lot of things. Galblast, Plating Ravager. But they also have a lot of duds. Wish we could have gone for the explosives. We'd be a lot safer. But we were mana short, right? Because off of one of the Titans, I get Taliaferro West, bounce land, bounce this. Off of the other Titan attack, I get Ghost Quarter, bounce land, bounce something else. I have to leave up the Ghost Quarter, and then I have bounce land, untapped. Which is not sufficient. So we did not die, fortunately. So Radiant Fountain did some work this game. Played it a few times and are going to 1 here. So I'm going to pay for our pact. 4, I guess. Oh, that's not enough green. Just do it this way. So I'm going to transmute this turn for Engineered Explosives. Put it on 3, and then my opponent dies. So let's float this, play this, untap it, bounce this. Could make a little extra mana there, but just trying to be fast now that we have a line that gets us there. I guess I could not show them that and go for another hasty Titan. Yeah, I guess they might not know about the ability to produce an explosives there, which is relevant in this matchup, so colorless. So we're just going to haste this one. Yeah. All right. Claim, Sage, Return. Return's better than Fire Spout in this matchup. We'll bring in the Fire Spout anyway. There's some question about whether or not we want some number of dismembers. Obviously, Engineered Explosives is a house. Pact is pretty questionable. And Explorers we don't really have time for a lot of the time, so we might shave on those. Relic. Also not great. Hornet Queen outstanding here. I missed that one at first. Sorry about that. We can shave a land here. Cavern being the least relevant here, but again, you hear me mention a lot. Green sources turn 1 for Sakura Tribe Scout is something to think about. Still think I'll probably shave that and then shave and explore. And then at that point, we have the option of shaving 1 to 2 explorers for 1 to 2 dismembers for things like early Ravagers, for things like Steel Overseers. I think I probably want them in, so I think we'll go down Explore. Obviously, they require us to pay a lot of life, and a lot of the time our opponent's beating us down in the life department, but we want to ensure that they don't get out of hand with things like Steel Overseers, killing us with Ink Moths, things like that, and Dismember can isolate us a little bit. So this hand's very slow, but it does 2 things. It plays Radiant Fountain a bunch of times and stalls a little bit till Titan, which I think we're okay with even on the draw. If our opponent's hand is particularly efficient, particularly fast, particularly aggressive, then we're going to be in trouble. But if they have a medium hand, where you can get some value out of our Dismember and Nature's Claim, then we're going to be in business. So if like a Steel Overseer here, Vault Scourge is even worse, I guess. So Yeah, we're not worried about that at all. Summoner's Pact is nice. We could use that to get into Zeus at some point. I think best possible draw would have been Amulet, of course, in this spot. But yeah, opponent's draw not particularly proactive here, so we're happy about that. Could have dismembered to stop myself from having to discard here. Still can, but I really think I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not really worried about the way the game is going. We'll just bounce this back to hand, and I think I discard. It sounds crazy to discard Taliaferro West in this matchup. There's so much you can tutor for, and tutoring for a EE here blows up 3 things, even if they're not irrelevant. Pitching the Boris Garrison also seems insane. Pitching all of these seems bad. I mean, I guess I could pitch the second Growth Chamber, but then it's going to be harder for me to transmute in the future, plus that's less Radiant Fountain plays. You know what? I'm pitching this Taliaferro West, which is probably incorrect. But I would have said that, I think, regardless of what I discarded. I would have said it was probably incorrect. Edge Champion. Well, that's one of the things that I can't interact with my Claim and Dismember. Fortunately, though, I do have the Claim, like I said, so if they have a plating, we still have something to do. If they draw a plating. I think they do not currently have one, though, so I'm going to opt to get real greedy here now that we've drawn this Azusa and just play out a bunch of lands and lose the ability to hold up Claim. Just because I think I'm not even going to want to Claim next turn. It's possible I would, but... Bounce Radiant Fountain. Galblast my Azusa. Yeah, that's a bummer. No, I don't get to replay my Fountain and hold up Dismember. But that's okay. We're still pretty happy with the way this game is going, obviously. Hopefully this isn't the plating. Okay, it is. It's a good draw. Well, now we're in a little bit more trouble than we were. Obviously, I get to blow up the plating, but now I just take a whole bunch that I didn't have to take. So, kind of a bummer. Interesting spot here. I guess now I play that Taliaferro West tapped so that I can play Titan next turn. So, well, I could also transmute it for like an explosives. No, I don't think so. I think we just have Claim this turn. I also could like Summoner's Pact for like a Rex Sage. Don't really need to do that when I have Claim. I guess if I explosives for 0 and Claim this, we're getting kind of close to being able to kill an Edge Champion, but probably not close enough. Obviously, I have to claim the plating, not the Vault Scourge, considering what they could do here. They can attach it to their Etched Champion still with Springleaf Drum and Opal. I could use my floating mana to dismember here. Taking 4 currently. Instead, I would take 7 going down to 4. Don't think I should at this point, so... Pretty much only losing this game in the short term, it would seem. Fountain, obviously, is going to be the play here. And then I'm going to go for Primeval Titan. No Amulet still, so we have to find what we can get here without one. I already have a Taliaferro West, so I could get like Slayer Stronghold bounce land, bounce this to set up. I obviously already have a Summoner's Pact, so I don't necessarily have to do that. Could get Ghost Quarter, Slayer Stronghold. I guess without this in play, the Slayer Stronghold next turn is pointless anyway. Not hasting next turn. So maybe Ghost Quarter. Vesuva copying Radiant Fountain. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. Just gain more life. Opponents get in for another 4. I guess there's no reason to do this first, is there? I guess I want a Hornet Queen this turn to at least stop these beats rather than Titan again. Rex Sage again, not really doing much for me here. I can set up for another tutor later. Could also explosives. No, I think I just want a Hornet Queen here. There's a lot of routes. I don't have triple green yet. Giving my opponent the life seemingly doesn't matter at this point in the game. So let's just start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, did I just count that wrong? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I did. It still doesn't leave me with enough to transmute, so no need to worry about that. Hornet Queen, attack with our Titan. And get... Still haven't put this Boros Garrison in play. I guess I can get, like, Selesnia's Sanctuary, Slayer's Stronghold, bounce Teleria West. There's a good chance I want to bounce Radiant Fountain here, though. Guess I have another bounce land, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to bounce this first. And we have the Ghost Quarter for the Blink Moth if we need it, although not super necessary anymore since we have an army of bees. The bigger issue is that we're just not closing this game out very quickly, obviously, and we can't really deal with the Etched Champion other than Explosives it, which I guess is maybe just our next spot. Because then we're pretty well insulated from anything bad happening. So we'll pay like this. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate with my bee army, but probably still worth doing to kill the Etched Champion. Now I really just have to worry about getting Galblasted, so I guess we attack with the entire bee army and just cast that. I guess if my opponent has like a way to counter this, that would be very bad. But that would be kind of a surprise here. Just gonna bounce that. I guess I'm just going to cast this now in case anything goes awry. I want to know about it right now. I can potentially get more value out of this if they animate the Blink Moth, but I have a Ghost Quarter to deal with it, so I'm not worried about getting that value, and I just want to make sure that this works out. I can use the Slayer Stronghold already, so I don't need to play the Boros Garrison. I'm just going to play this. I didn't pact this turn, so I could wait to transmute, but I don't need to wait to transmute because I have a Titan and can get another Titan, so I could easily just transmute again. I think I still just grab Summoner's Pact here. Could grab like a Ballista, obviously, but like I said, this is the thing that allows me to transmute again in the future, which is why I'm okay with transmuting now, even though there's something I could want to get instead later, like in explosives primarily. All right, and it looks like that's it for the match. It was definitely an interesting one. I'm glad we were able to get there. Obviously, I played it very slowly since there were some of those turns I wanted to make sure we did right, and we could have easily gotten into a spot where we didn't have time to win a game 3, but yeah, something to keep in mind on Magic Online in particular. But either way, I will see you for round number 5.